Is Seattle another team that's just dumping salary or just rebuilding?
Yeah, and you can kind of see that once, Nelson Cruz, he hit free agency this year, and they can't sign him again. Like, and you see with some of the trades, but uh, Dipoto, I guess he's known for making a lot of trades, and he's pew pew pew. Everyone can have a trade. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And hey, that's cool, man.
He's like Oprah giving out cars or something.
Oh, exactly. That's
The Donut Bag is brought to you by Foco.com. The holiday season is here, and Foco has all kinds of unique Pittsburgh Pirates, Steelers, and Penguins items. They're the perfect gift for all sports fans. Order today at Foco.com for guaranteed shipping before Christmas. Be the MVP of gift giving this holiday season. And for a limited time, if you buy one bobblehead, you get the second one 25% off. That's www.foco.com, Foco.com. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Donut Bag, part of the Pulse Podcast Network and the Pod Hub Network. In this episode, I talked to Bruce Cagle Jr. of the Scarecrow about the Major League Baseball winter meetings. This week, we're giving away a Heinz Field Stadium block set from Foco.com to one of our subscribers to the podcast, so please make sure you follow or subscribe. The Donut Bag starts right now. Major League Baseball winter meetings just concluded. With me to talk about it is Bruce Cagle Jr. He is at Bruce Cagle Jr. 2 on Twitter. He is from the Scarecrow and friends with FantasyBenefits.com. Bruce, how are you?
wonderful, man. Thank you for having me. How are you doing?
I am doing great. Not so great are the winter meetings. I'm hearing they're very quiet. Very disappointing. Nothing really happened. Did anything actually happen at the winter meetings?
I mean, for I think sometimes the casual fan, it's not big enough. They always want to see blockbuster trades. They want to see star players sign. That's not going to happen. You weren't going to see Bryce Harper sign. I really didn't think you were going to see him sign. Manny Machado's not going to sign because they want to see the market get set first. They want to see some of these other guys fall. But, I mean, certain things you see are happening. Edwin Edwin Encarnacion's getting traded. Carlos Santana got traded multiple times. Cleveland's opened up their trading block and they put their starting pitchers out there. I mean, Corey Kluber. They said Bauer's out there, but I I doubt it, man. You're gonna have to pay a lot for Bauer. He's young and he finally stepped into it. If he doesn't, tinker too much, he's gonna be pretty awesome again next year. So I mean, there's a lot of things that happened, but the super big things, those are yet to come, and I think that's how it's been for the last couple of years.
What is Cleveland doing? Are they just giving up? Or are they just dumping salary?
No to the first one and yes to the second one. They're dumping salary while they're also declaring that we can win this division while we trade some guys away and dump. Because, I mean, let's be real, the division wasn't the greatest last year. I think the only team above 500 was Cleveland. Everybody else was trashy. So when you take a look at that, they're saying, hey, we can dump some salary and we can still win this division without Corey Kluber, which that's amazing in my own right. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I don't know why you would want to try, I guess is my thing. Like he's team friendly deal. He's not making the outrageous 30 million. I think he's only at 18-ish, 20-ish for the next couple of years for a caliber pitcher like that. I'm going to keep him on the team. I mean, I don't know what package you're going to get that's really going to make me want to move him. They might be saying that just to see if there is one, but they traded Carlos Santana But then they traded back for him and got rid of Edwin. In that deal, they shed $6 million actually for 2019, but Santana signed through 2020, so that's like another 18 million, I believe, where Edwin's a free agent. But if you're trading Edwin Encarnacion, or if you're trading Carlos Santana in the first place, like they did, you're not gonna keep him on the roster after you traded back for him, I believe. I mean, they're gonna trade him again to get rid of that 17, 18 million tag and get something else for it. I feel like anyway. I don't think they're going to be trading Kluber. That would be kind of interesting to me, but they have. I mean, that's what they're saying. We can win with trading some of our guys, shedding salary. We can still win this division. But how are you winning in the playoffs then?
Right, right. I mean, yeah, he contends for the Cy Young every year.
He's
Um,
freaking good.
yeah. So the the big thing is, where is Bryce Harper going to sign? Where is Machado going to sign? Who's actually in contention for those guys?
So a lot of people wanted the Yankees to be in contention for Harper. I never really thought they were going to be in contention for Harper. It didn't seem to fit their needs. They got a lot of outfielders. A lot of people said, "Oh, we'll convert him to first base." Why would you want to convert Bryce Harper to a first baseman?
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't seem wise to me. So New York, I feel like is out. I think Boris is trying to make it sound like they're in, but Cashman he's made it sound very direct, but indirectly, obviously, that they were never really in on it. He never said they were in on it, so he doesn't know why people are kind of claiming it. But I think New York is gonna. I mean, they're going after Manny Machado. I feel like that's what I always felt they were going after. They needed a third baseman. Um, but then Didi blew out his elbow because he's having Tommy John. But for a hitter, Tommy John isn't as bad of a recovery, or as long, I should say. Um, so you could have Manny Machado play shortstop and then scoot on over to third base and bump out Andujar because he's pretty much terrible at third. But Manny Machado prefers to play short, but I mean, give him some more money and I'm pretty sure he'll play third. But I think Manny Machado will still sign with the Yankees. I think it's hard to turn down the pinstripes. I think it's hard to turn down the money and the need. They need him. I think that would be huge. Bryce Harper, on the other hand, I still think he's gonna go to the Phillies. They have a ton of money. They're making some moves. They're really making some moves actually. Um, they're kind of showing people they want to win. They kind of let it down last year in the second half, like towards the playoffs. I remember talking with you all the time saying that I thought Philly would be one that pulled it out, but they laid an egg. They traded for Segura. They signed McCutcheon, so they're working on some stuff already. And they got Nicasio in that trade from Seattle. He was a beast a couple years ago, so that's some bullpen help. There's a bunch of really good bullpen guys. So I don't think the Phillies are done. I think Harper's going to fit in nicely there. They wanted Hoskins out of the outfield. They got that, but I also think they can shuffle it around a little bit more and improve it with Bryce Harper. With Atlanta being, they won the division. I don't know if they're hands down leaders of the division going into 2019. I think if Philly signs, a Bryce Harper, that changes. Washington's still going to be around because they signed Corbin. They got a pretty nice pitching staff. They still got some really nice young hitters over there, but that's more of a three team race now over there. So I think Philly really sees himself in it. I think Harper goes to Philly. I thought Harper was always going to go to Philly. I had this idea in my head to a point as well that they were going to grab, you know, Harper and Machado and just shock everybody. But
That
I
would
don't
be
that right? Oof.
basically adding 50-60 million a year per year onto for many years. That would be
But
crazy. But who
they
knows? Maybe they
handle
will.
yeah, they could handle it with their budget. And then when you take a look at it, both Harper and Machado, if you're gonna hand out some big, contracts with maybe some options after 5 years. I don't know precisely what they're wanting, but Bryce Harper's going to be strict with his contract. Um, but they're both extremely young and extremely talented. So I'm not scared. I wouldn't be scared at signing them to a pretty lengthy, high contract deal because I think you're. I mean, if you added both of them to your team, like I thought the Phillies might do, their pitching staff's good. Their offense just got like ridiculously better, and I mean, whew, like who would be? They would be the front runners in the NL, I think, by a margin at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the signing of McCutchen. We in Pittsburgh we still love him. He was basically the heart and soul of the team, the leader. So there were almost riots when he got traded. So that was a good move by the Phillies. Um,
Everything I've seen, I mean, you're there all the time. Is he as awesome as everything I've seen? Like, it just seems like he's such a cool dude. He's so good for the community, and he's a good ball player. I mean, it's kind of I loved watching him in his prime just tear it up, dude. That was
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, he was amazing. I mean, he's such a Pittsburgher, or he loved Pittsburgh so much he named his kid Steel. That's how much he loved Pittsburgh, and that's why we were so angry when he got traded. I mean, it made sense from a baseball perspective, but from a PR perspective, it was a
It's
complete disaster. I mean, that people still hate the owner.
God, that's tough. But I mean, you got to understand if you can kind of get your team and ball club better, you got to try, I feel like. And I mean, I don't think Kutch took it. I don't think he took it too hard. I don't think he took it personally either. And I love seeing him. I love seeing him kill it
I
personally.
think
I think
he
he'll be
was
there.
actually happy to leave only because the problem with the Pirates is they never go all in. They never like even when they were good for that 3 year period, they would never make that big deal where they would uh try to get like the best player at the trade deadline or something like that. So, players that have been around here for a long time, they kind of get tired of it because that's just the Pirates' philosophy. They're never gonna. Although they kind of did get um who'd they get the guy from Tampa Bay.
Oh,
uh
Chris Archer. Yes,
or yeah, they got Archer, which shocked everybody, and they also got Kayla from the Rangers. Like, oh, now
oh,
you're doing that? That was just very
that
odd.
was, and everyone thought that was odd. You weren't, I mean, you kind of made a fluky playoff push, and now you add in some guys. I know Chris Archer has some controllability, and people are like, oh, well, if he gets back to his, a couple years ago pace, and if he can hit his ceiling, I think we might need to take a step back and say, guys, he might be the pitcher who he is right now. So they gave up a lot for him too,
They
which was kind
did.
of that was that was a that was a head scratcher. So Andrew McCutcheon's what 32 years old, been in the league for 9+ years now. You got to think, a guy like him, especially like when am I gonna start thinking about hanging it up? And I really do want to try and take down a championship. I who doesn't want to win a championship? That's why you
Right.
play ball. So I think it's awesome that he chose the Phillies because I think, man, I think they're gonna be super talented for a couple of years to come. They're young in a couple of key areas. They got some nice pitchers on their team. Aaron Nola's a stud. Nick
Yeah.
Pivetta is like sleeper of the year right now for everybody. They got good old Jake Arrieta, who's just been pretty solid. Um, I think they take the East, but that's pretty early to talk about that right now. But they're looking nice. I agree with you. I think that signing was awesome.
Do you think the Nationals, they're gonna lose Harper, or they already lost him? Do you think they're gonna try to replace him? Do you think they're gonna? I mean, that's
I don't think you got to worry too much about that. There was a young guy named Victor Robles that everybody kind of forgot about because young phenom
Soto.
Soto came up.
Yeah.
But if you like, nobody remembered that you had. Well, there, I wouldn't say nobody. That's pretty bad. There was a lot of people that forgot about it just because he didn't open up the way everybody thought, and he's going to be filling in for them. They still have, Juan Soto, Trey Turner out there. I mean, that pitching staff: Corbin, Scherzer, Strasburg. Uh, they're still going to compete, so don't count them out. Um, they'll